लगन कुछ कहाँ छुपा Om Namah Shivaya. That's one of the tracks.
Lovely.
Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva, Namah Shivaya.
It's just amazing, isn't it? When you have such amazing talented musicians with us, do you really want to have a conversation? You just want to listen to it. And that too when they are going to bring in Grammy Award winners, accomplished musicians, trying to get us the sounds of Kumbh. Yes, there's something very special that's happening at the Maha Kumbh 2025. Charu, Suri, Kimo West and Sandeep.
Siddhant Bhatia.
Siddhant, thank you so much for being here. Amazing that just sounded. And for you to say that, listen, had I got a piano, I would have also got
piano. I would be playing.
We've got a new thing happening.
She'll play the air piano.
The air piano, that's right.
We just imagine.
We have to imagine the piano.
Okay, so this is what? Om Namah Shivaya.
Yeah, this is one of the tracks of the album.
So how many tracks are there?
We've got about 12 of them, and a couple of instrumentals, very deep meditative ones, a couple of extreme contemporary music. One of them is a trance track, one of them is a drum and bass track. I think everything is coming together.
Okay, let me ask Jim this. How did this happen?
Well, you know, I've known Charu for a while. We've performed together a few times and we've just had the great energy together playing. And Charu knew Siddhant and introduced me to Siddhant, and he came up with this idea to maybe have some of my this style that I play, which is based on Hawaiian slack key guitar, and he thought that might be an interesting addition to what he's doing, and so we started working on some tracks together, and it just came together just beautifully.
Just flew.
Yeah.
So, but that was remote, right? You were connecting
Yes,
remote.
yeah. At that point, it was remote. Yeah, I was in the U.S. and he was sending tracks over, and I was sending tracks back. And
So when they said, no, you need to come to India, you need to come to, what was the first thought? And they said, we're going to take you to Kumbh.
Well, I had no hesitation at all. I mean, because I knew I was going to be in good hands. I'd never been to India before, and so going to Kumbh was just over the top, you know what I mean? First of all, just seeing India for the first time, and then all of a sudden seeing that, you know, with millions of people, it was extraordinary experience. I'll never forget it. You know?
Why was it extraordinary for you? If you allow me to push him a little bit there, because I want to understand.
Well,
what felt extraordinary? The crowds?
Well, you know, I mean, obviously the numbers of people, of course, you know, physically it was extraordinary, but also just spiritually, it was extraordinary just to see so many people with the same focus and same sort of spiritual focus all coming together, and no matter what, you know, walking for miles and just determined, you know, to be there for this event and to realize how special it is to everybody. It was very powerful, really. Yeah.
So you think you would have created the music differently had you been to Kumbh and then worked on the tracks?
Well, that's an interesting question. You know, basically, you know, I'm just my job in this was really to find a place within the music that Siddhant was working on, and find a place for my guitar that fit musically with it. Now, whether or not it would be different if I came to Kumbh, I don't know. You know, I think musically we just sort of feel those resonances, and we just try and blend in and find the right places. You know. But who knows, after this experience, you know, what we work on next may end up being different because of Kumbh, you know.
Because of Kumbh. So
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you were to want to express what you felt in your way, what would you play? What comes to your mind right now when I say your experience at Kumbh?
Wow, well, that's interesting, you know. You think about it, I mean, you know, with so many people, but there were so many peaceful people, but it was so actually very peaceful too, even though it was noisy and chaotic. And my style is not very chaotic and noisy, you know, but I can, you know, I I can kind of imagine the peacefulness of it. You know. And the river, you know.
Beautiful flow of the river and the silence that comes within you. You hear the flow, but you know there's something calming inside. What were you humming in your head?
I was just singing along. I
Yeah,
remember this time we were on the boat and Jim was playing. I actually felt like I had fallen asleep, but I was awake. It was like meditation while on the boat. Then I got scared. I was like, I better be in control. I don't know what might happen next.
Yeah, you may just say, okay, here I come. You know, thank you.
So, yeah.
Let open the portal to moksha. You know, that's what. So what came to your mind? How did this happen? Sounds of Kumbh. I know you are the Sutradhar. You are the one you've composed all the 12 tunes. 12, is it true?
Yes.
Can I let it out?
Yes.
there are 12 tracks in this album. That Sounds of Kumbh. When you plan to release it?
I think next month, maybe next to next month, we'll figure it out.
Which is the first track?
The first track
that you composed?
I haven't. Okay. The first track that I had composed was Ranganek, and it's very. Actually, I have another co-producer with me. We work together on it, and Jim is a co-producer. So we basically what we are doing here is we thought of this in a very different manner. In general, you always capture things visually today. It's become extremely accessible.
Yeah.
But the overall immersive experience is always missing. The other day we were on the boat and something I had just written down in 2005 when I was in Australia. I just remembered that while he was playing.
What is it? Was sing for us.
Yeah, can we do that? Something very interesting.
Was it in the key of D?
It's fine, the same.
It's okay. You start. I can't quite remember it, so you start.
Why don't you just give me a Sare ga sare ma ga sare ni sa sare ga ma ga re ni sa pa da ni sa re pa ma ga re ni sa re ga pa ma ga re ga sa ni sa sare ga sare ma ga re ni sa. So I didn't really put words to it, but it was a melody, it was a sequence that I was...
It's a beautiful melody,
yeah,
it was got a nice tempo to it.
Very sweet.
You know, pick up the beat nicely. You know?
So when I went to the Kumbh, memories, lives, everything just came alive. And because one thing that I experienced holistically was we're actually nothing in comparison to people's lives, people's problems, our stresses, our daily issues are nothing in front of what... I mean, we're actually nothing there. It's a sea and ocean of people. I mean.
Did you take the dip?
I did not take the dip, but I did splash a little water on my face.
How about you, Siddhant?
I didn't take the dip. No.
But you
But
splashed.
yes, and I. But we
you know
took
the interesting part. I took the dip.
Yeah.
You did?
It was 5:15 a.m. in the morning.
Oh wow!
It was 10 degrees centigrade.
Whoa.
Okay, and it's cold and windy outside, and you walk 4 steps and the water's cold. But by the time the water gets to your knees, it's warm.
It's warm, yes. Less.
And then you go a little further where they've created that area where, you know, the racks are the barricades are there, and you can hold on, and then you take your first dubki and you feel so warm.
Really?
It's not cold.
Wow.
And then you just want to keep going back in
like
because
bath
you come up, it's cold, and you know inside the water it's silent, and you can feel the flow of the river.
How do you feel afterwards?
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. I took 21
21
dubkis.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
21 dubkis because I took 3 and there was somebody with us and I said, I've prayed for 21 because those who have not come with me, I want to take a dip for them too. I said, all right, let's all go together.
Wow.
I said, all right, 21 dubkis. By the time you were down the 9th or the 10th one, you just didn't want to get out of that place because despite the noise, it was packed, it was crowded, okay? It's just silence. And then you feel something's lifted a weight of you.
Yes.
It's just like you had 10 monkeys on your shoulder and like all of them gone and you feel lighter.
It's a
you know?
weightlessness.
It's just an amazing feeling. So that's why I asked you, did you take the dip?
I'm going again, so I'm for sure I'm going to do that.
One person in this conversation who's very upset with me is Charu. Why? Because I've got a vocalist and I've got a guitarist and we
there's
are
no
talking
piano.
this.
I've got her
And
imagine
I've got
playing
a
everything in
fantastic
the
pianist and there's no piano, there's no keyboard,
have to just
something to
pretend.
get those fingers going.
Yes.
So, but how was your experience?
It was intense. I would say that's the first word that comes to mind. And of course, I grew up in South India and later went to the United States. So I had always heard about the amazing Kumbh Mela. I'd read about it ever since I was a child. And I never in a million years thought I would go there to film an album that I had played on. That's the sort of thing that you never even
And that too at a
imagine.
Maha Kumbh that
And
comes
the
once in 144
exactly,
years. Okay.
At the Maha Kumbh. So when I got this opportunity, you know, of course I wanted to see it. But I think there's a big difference going there as a pilgrim and going there for the purpose of an album and filming it. I think those are two completely different experiences. And the fact that I got to experience the Kumbh and as an artist is very special.
What was your one standout moment?
We took a lot of shots and a video on the boat, on the Ganges. And I felt almost like I was sent into orbit. Because you had the crazy humming and the intense energy of the masses around you. And when you just drifted off onto the water, yeah, it was almost like someone had cut the umbilical cord and said,
Yeah, go float away.
Go float away. And I actually felt light as a feather. And I didn't even think there were millions of people around me. It was absolutely magical, that moment.
So which is your favorite track of the album?
I've played on four tracks. I love Om Namah Shivaya, the chant. It's very purifying. And I felt that the repetitive pulses are very healing, you know, and that's something that I like. As a pianist, I have a lot of amazing repertoire that I've played, including my own compositions, which have the beautiful pulse in the left hand, you know, like a Chopin pulse. And that's what I felt with Om Namah Shivaya. I felt I could really connect to it.
I believe you and Siddhant are collaborating for another album?
Yes, so this is another album I am composing called Nidra. And
So
of
he's
course,
co-producing with
he's
you?
co-producing. I
So you don't
tapped
get to
him
compose this one.
to co-produce, and Jim is actually playing on a track on that album. So in some ways we're, you know, putting all our energies into two albums. But Nidra, they're all my compositions. I'm becoming well known for combining Indian ragas and jazz.
Yes.
And so the raga jazz thing started out as an experiment for me a few years ago, and now people all over the world, you know, they've loved the style and they've played it, and I've played with so many amazing legends. But this is the first non-jazz album I'm releasing.
Oh,
It's an ambient album. It's very calming and healing, and it harnesses the power of evening ragas.
Evening Ragas. Yes, Chip.
I was
Yeah.
going to say we could package it as a 2 CD
Two
set.
CDs, that's right.
CDs.
One will energize you and the other one will
Relax
completely relax you.
It'll be great if one or at least both the tracks go on to win some awards and accolades and all that. But fingers crossed, and we'll keep it as it is and park it there. But I'm waiting to listen. When are you planning to come out with
So
music?
it's so interesting. I made history by being the first Indian jazz artist to play at Carnegie Hall. This year will be my 5th year playing.
Wow.
And we're releasing Nidra on July 25th.
July
My
25th at the
fifth
Carnegie Hall.
Appearance at Carnegie Hall.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Om Namah Shivaya?
Yeah. Okay.
And then the first composition, the first one you composed, Raganik, no?
Ranganik.
Ranganik, yeah.
Yeah.
So whichever one, yeah.
Re ga re pa ma ga sa. Om Namah Shiva. Shiva Om Namah Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva Om Namah Shiva. बरखा कहाँ छुपाए, रंग अनगिन भरे जग में, कूची कहाँ छुपाए। Shiva Namah Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva Namah Shiva.
Beautiful. It's just beautiful. It's just amazing. You know, Unplugged itself, I'm a fan of your work. It's just beautiful, this Hawaiian guitar,
We
and
have
your
some
style is just beautiful.
very interesting lyrics.
You just want to float away, and the lyrics are also amazing.
The lyrics
who's
have
written the
been written by a very senior poet, Vicky Arya ji, and Alok Ranjan.
Oh.
And the objective
So
of
have they
this
written all
track-
the lyrics?
Yeah, quite
Okay.
a few of them.
Okay.
I've also contributed. We've all done this together.
Okay.
So this track in itself is a track for reflection, and Shiva is all about reflection.
Reflection.
It's tattva. Shiva
Yeah.
is the tattva, and we actually brought in the essence of Kumbh, the stillness and the silence that we are talking about, and the chaos today. It is all automatically very self-reflective.
Phenomenal speaking with all of you, but jate you've got to sign off on a musical note. So it's either Ranganek or anything that comes to mind. I'll leave it to you.
Om Namo Narayanaaya Gurave. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Gurave. Om Namo Brahma Rupaya Gurave. Om Namah Jnana Rupaya Shashvataya Gurave. Om Namah Sarva Karana Karanaya Gurave. Om Namah Nirmalaya Sadashivaya Gurave. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Gurave. Om Namah Guru. Om Namo Narayana.